Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Fietta. Welcome to today's app overview. Today we're going to be talking about the Dementia Advisor app, and here's what it looks like. All right, so if I open the app, you'll see it's a pretty simple layout. There at the bottom you see training, lessons, and help. Those are really your only three options. So even if you're not used to using apps, this app is pretty easy to learn how to use. So I'll go ahead and just kind of scroll up and down, but you can see that this app has a series of different scenarios. So the top one there, dealing with denial, then managing wandering without panic. If I continue to scroll down, you see managing aggressive behavior, asking for help when you need it. These are all different situations that a dementia caregiver might deal with. When is it time to stop driving? Exercising your power of attorney. These are different scenarios that sometimes we just don't know where to start. We might not know who to ask. So I think that this app offers a really useful way to start gaining exposure to these situations and to more or less rehearse responding. So let me go ahead and touch Managing Wandering Without Panic and kind of show you how it's set up. So if I touch this, you'll see here on the app, they kind of set the stage. Then you start the interaction. So you're texting in this specific scenario with your father who has dementia. And you see there at the bottom, two options have popped up. One is a more preferable option, and then the other option, while it might be more natural, could actually work to exacerbate the situation. So you choose which option you feel is appropriate or perhaps which one you would do. And then in a few moments after a few more components of the conversation come up, you're going to get some feedback, and you see this here. It'll tell you either, that wasn't the best option or that was a good option and here's why. So it gives you a little bit of feedback. In this case, that wasn't the best option, so it's having me go through the scenario and try a new option. There we go. And so in this situation, I said something that was a little bit calming and a little bit more empathetic of my father with dementia. So then it gives me this more positive feedback that reinforces that this was the best response. So the scenario would continue, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the situation since you kind of have an idea of what it looks like. So you see at the top right of each screen, it tells you about how long these scenarios should last. I felt that they touched on a lot of really difficult situations. For example, helping family understand the burden of caregiving. Many dementia caregivers experience others not really understanding what they're going through. It's something that's complex, and sometimes other family members or friends, they just don't really have the same experiences, and so they can't really identify with the difficulties you're facing, or perhaps they don't really realize the needs that you might have right now. Being able to go through this and kind of practice or rehearse having those difficult conversations, that can be really helpful and just give you a little bit more confidence when these things come up in real life. Asking for help at work, that can be very, very hard. And then finding the help that's right for you. So these are all the different scenarios that they offer thus far. But if I touch more at the top right corner, I can actually request additional scenarios. So if I've gone through something unique, or maybe I have a question that's popped up into my mind, I can go ahead and write these developers and ask if they can add these additional scenarios. So I thought that was a really nice feature. It's kind of a dynamic component of the app where you can be a part of developing this app or adding to what it has to offer. Moving over to the right, we have lessons. So once you've gone through a scenario, you'll see some lessons pop up here. And these are, take-home points from the experience that you just had in that interaction. So for this one, some things that I can kind of take away and apply to future scenarios that happen in real life are things like speaking slowly, staying calm, offering reassurance, and then responding with empathy or from my loved one's perspective. And then jumping over one more time to help. When I go to help, there's just some more information about the app, the disclaimer, the companies who produced it or the organizations that produced it. But I want to show you down here at the bottom, they also kind of close out with 10 practical tips. If nothing else, I would take a look at these tips. These are really helpful and applicable things that you can just integrate into your interactions with the loved one that you're caring for. So this is an app that's simple to use, but offers some really complex and dementia-specific information. So that's our app overview. As always, I'd like to remind you that while I'm really excited to tell you about this app and to show you other apps that are out here, as with my other videos, this is not intended to be medical advice or recommendation because I'm just not that kind of doctor. So if you're interested in this app, please bring it up with your healthcare provider and just consult with them on whether or not this is a good app for you to adopt and use. Thank you for watching. Please like and follow.